to kick off for Tampa Bay.
Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, on to get us started. And off we go on EA Sports. This will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Sanders, the Eagle,
decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll run with Sanders. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. He'll drop to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. That'll be caught. Rager with it.
One play at a time.
Touchdown,
Here we go.
Philadelphia. Jalen Rager, 40 yards. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success, putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you got game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Two yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
It's all right.
All right, grease board, heck, computer, exactly what you want there. Score on your first drive, stop them on the first drive defensively.
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12. At the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Play action. It's Jackson. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Sanders. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 11 yards there, 1st down. They're going to look to throw. He's going to drop this down to Sanders. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do, and that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play, one-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. Shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1. So on now the field goal team for Philadelphia. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And this one is right through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Jackson. And once more to Ruggs. This time the catch made. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards on the play. First down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. 5 yards on the catch there.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 45-yard line.
Again, Jackson. He completes this into the hands of Miller. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From midfield now, here's Jackson looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They get 5, and it will go ahead and move the chains. To throw again is Jackson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
Number 48.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on you heave one deep and you catch him close to the spot.
4 yards the pickup, first down. Jackson going to throw quickly here, complete. And he'll get 2 or 3 out of that one, as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
2nd and 7 at the Eagles' 31-yard line.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And he's got the hook up to Ruggs. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Henry Ruggs, 31 yards. And the Bucs have made this a one-score game.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Takes it at the 7. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Up to midfield. Look at him go inside the 30. He will take this all the way.
Philadelphia.
I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs, as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And he is finally taken down, but not before he gets it to the Eagles' 25-yard line. It's a big play there for the Buccaneers. 51 yards. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number one.
At the 27-yard line.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson looking middle, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And to give this time to the tailback. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He loses 4, and it brings up 4. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. On fourth down, Ryan Succop now for the Buccaneer field goal. This one from 48 yards away. And he missed it. That was neither far enough. It wasn't even on target. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
And Sanders with a carry on first down as he picks his way forward for a gain of 5.
The tackle made at the 44.
2nd and 5. This ball complete to Rager. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Complete to Jalen Rager. A gain of 15. And an Eagle first down.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Rager in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead. And just before the half ends, the prayer is answered. Defensively, a disaster there.
I know often we're surprised when this actually works. I mean, the excitement level goes way up, but maybe we shouldn't be, because I know as a defender, you've got to play the ball in this situation, but you can't interfere with the receiver because, remember, it's a spot foul, and it'd be 1st and goal if it happens in the end zone, and you don't want to give up that play, and that little bit of hesitancy often works really well for offensive guys.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot.
Through an opening, and there he goes. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Mitch Wishnowsky set to kick off.
We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. They'll start the third quarter here on the ground. He'll have a first down past the 40, the 40, the 20, 10, touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there, 75 yards. And the Bucs are able to close the gap just a bit. And this time he gets it to go as it is up and good.
Eagles 23. Buccaneers.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. He'll have a first down past the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a two-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Here's Sanders. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Second and 11 at the 43-yard line.
Second and 11. On play action, they'll throw. He'll buy some time right. Jalen Reagor was the intended receiver, and that takes us from second to third down.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's fourth down. Wishnowsky on to punt as he sends this one away. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Bucs are going to take over first and 10 deep in their own territory. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38. A handoff off as they run the counter play. Now he's able to break through one tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Looking to throw on second down. Jackson is going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At the 45-yard line.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's Jackson to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Give him 3 on the play, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. And they try to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
At the 34-yard line.
The throw over the middle, taken in. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well, and popped it free from his grasp.
So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Flushed out right. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24, and he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 46. And they'll run the option to start the drive. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
3rd down.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He'll fire it deep for Rager. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 9-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Henry Ruggs, 91 yards. And the Bucs are able to make this a close game again. And the lead is down to a field goal now.
Makes the score Eagles 23, Buccaneers 20.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Sanders on first down, not finding much of anything there as he might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. This defense really clamping down. Although they're losing the game still, this second half has been theirs.
And they're winning it. I almost equate it to being a boxer. And whenever you see a good fight, the guy who is on his toes and doing the punching, that's the guy who's winning, and that's the way they're going at it defensively now. Much more aggressive in their calls, much more aggressive in their pursuit.
Being chased out left, and he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Dancing to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bucs Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop him with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Back to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left.
2nd and 6 at the 12-yard line.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Back to throw. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
To the ground and incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 6 yards to go.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming.
A 29-yard attempt.
And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'd like to avoid overtime here, so maybe they can work the sidelines, but then defensively, how do they adjust to that if they do work the sideline?
It's the old leverage game, and we usually talk about leverage at the line of scrimmage, right? Who's going to win with the low blocking and everything that goes along with that. But in this case, you're trying as a defender to leverage them towards the middle of the field, not let them get to the sidelines and try and tackle them in bounds in order to run the clock out.
Chess match here late. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. First throw in overtime now for Jackson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. As a fan of the NFL, for an opener, you can't ask for much more than this overtime in Week 1.
I know it's hard to believe that some people may not have been watching our game, but I'll bet through social media they found out this one was snug and getting into overtime, and they flipped over here in a hurry. This is fantastic. If you're a fan of ball, you love these types of games.
And they need 5 yards on third down here to keep this opening drive of OT alive.
24 is the mic. Let's go. Let's get this ball back to the offense. Let's go.
Jackson from the shotgun. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
They're going on fourth down. It's Jackson. Oh, and it's intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Suddenly, it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll run with Sanders. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the Eagles, it was a game that could have gone either way, but they get the touchdown in overtime to secure the Week 1 victory. And they will head home for next week.